You want to know how I almost lost everything? My life, my company, my sanity. Just because I trusted the wrong people and almost ignored the only person who ever truly had my back? Let me tell you, nobody ever wakes up thinking, yeah, today's the day my whole life flips upside down because of my wife, my best friend, and a housemaid I barely noticed. But that's how it happened. And if you'd told me years ago, I'd be sitting here grateful to a housemaid. Yeah, a housemaid. The one everyone overlooked, I'd have laughed in your face. So there I was, halfway out the door, late for this investors meeting that could make or break my company. Billions on the line, reputation on the line, everything really. And right in my path, blocking the hallway, is Dupe. Kneeling, shaking. Her hands are clasped, her eyes are red, and she's begging, "Sir, please, don't leave the house today." I almost wanted to laugh, except she wasn't joking. She looked up at me and said, "I had a dream, sir. You left today, dressed just like this, and you didn't come back. There was blood. People were screaming your name. You know that feeling when the air in the room changes? Like suddenly you're underwater, and every noise is muffled except your own heartbeat? That was me. I mean, I'm a rational guy. I don't do superstition. But something about the way she said it, the look in her eyes, it hit different. Of course, Mariah, my wife, comes gliding down the stairs like she's on a runway, bathrobe cinched, face already half made up. Sees Dupe, rolls her eyes. What's all this? I try to brush it off, but Dupe just keeps begging. Please, if you leave today, you won't come back alive. Mariah scoffs. This is why we need to fire her. Now she's seeing visions. I almost agree, but I don't know. Something in me said wait. So I did the unthinkable. I put down my keys, canceled my meeting. Mariah flipped. You're letting the maid run your life? I couldn't explain it, but I told her, something's off. That was the start of it. And man, let me back up a sec. My life looked perfect from the outside. Beautiful wife, big house, successful company, fancy cars. Me and my best friend, Toby, built Crestrock real estate from nothing. I was the brains, he was the showman. People called us brothers. But if you've been around long enough, you know, sometimes the person laughing loudest with you is the one digging the deepest hole for you. Home, though, that was a different story. Mariah, my wife, was all about comfort, not companionship. She hated housemaids, fired 6 in 1 year for reasons like she breathes too loud or she opens the curtains wrong. I learned not to argue. Then one day she announces, the new maid starts tomorrow. That's how Dupe came in. Quiet, brown-skinned, hair in neat cornrows, never asked for anything. Did her work so well even Mariah admitted. She's not as annoying as the last ones. High praise, trust me. But I never really saw her until that morning she begged me not to leave. And maybe you're thinking, it's just a dream. But listen to this. Right after I canceled, I got a call. My driver, Sean, took my Lexus for errands. On the 3rd mainland bridge, a truck lost control, smashed right into the car. It flipped, totaled. Sean was in the hospital, barely alive. They all thought I was in the car. Exact car. Exact time. That could have been me. The fear in Dupe's eyes suddenly made a whole lot of sense. When Mariah found out, you know what she said? Accidents happen every day in Lagos. No relief. No hug. Just cold. I told her, I'm keeping the maid. She said, she's going. I said she's staying. Silence. That's when things started unraveling. I watched Mariah more closely. How she barely spoke to me unless she needed something. How she avoided Dupe like she was haunted. A couple days later, Dupe, quiet as ever, comes to clear the plates and whispers, Sir, please don't sign any documents this week. I had another dream. You sign, everything falls apart. You lose your company, your accounts freeze, police come, you end up in jail. I almost brushed it off, but something told me not to. Right on cue. Toby comes over all loud and friendly. Guy, thank God you didn't get in that car. Brutal accident. Then he says, the Dubai deal's still good, just need your signature. The docs come in that night. I'm looking at the numbers, something's wrong. Land values don't match, payout accounts I don't recognize. Then Dupe's warning echoes, don't sign. So I don't. Instead, I have a friend in finance check the numbers. Turns out Toby, my brother, had been siphoning company funds into offshore accounts for years. I mean, this guy I built my whole life with was robbing me blind, planning to pin it all on me. And Mariah? She was in on it, too. Yeah, here comes the twist. Mariah tries harder to get Dupe fired, says she's too quiet. She's ruining everything. One night, I hear her on the phone with Toby. I can't do this anymore. He won't sack her. She's a curse. Every trap we set, she warns him. You said marry him and we'd get the money, but nothing's working. Toby tries to calm her down, but Mariah's unraveling. She admits she hates sharing a bed with me, that she only did it for the plan. If you've ever wondered what betrayal sounds like, that was it. I put a tail on Mariah the next time she left to see her father. Instead, she goes to a hotel on Victoria Island, checks in as Mrs. Tolu Ogin lady. Guess who shows up an hour later? Toby. I got the pictures. I walked in on them. Mariah in a robe, Toby shirtless, both looking like they'd seen a ghost. No screaming, no drama. I just looked them dead in the eye and said, I stopped trusting you 2 months ago. Now I know why. I hope it was worth it. That night, I called my lawyer, divorce papers, company audit, buy out Toby's shares. Didn't eat, didn't sleep. The house was full of things, but empty of peace. When the papers came back, Mariah didn't show. Just send her lawyer. Tell him I agree to everything. Just give me my peace. After everything she did, that's all she wanted, her peace. I didn't cry. Couldn't. But every night I sat there, staring at a house that felt like a coffin, wondering how I missed all the signs. And every night, Dupe kept working, quiet, steady, like nothing changed. Then, on the day everything was finalized, Dupe walked in, didn't knock. Just stood there in the living room, sunlight behind her, and said, I'm leaving tomorrow. My assignment is over. My throat closed up. You don't have to go, I said. You're the only person who hasn't hurt me. She shook her head. I wasn't sent to stay. I was sent to save. She said if I'd signed those documents, I'd have lost everything. Gone to jail for something I never did. She told me, you're ready now. Ready to start over, with your eyes open. Then she smiled. Not the kind that says goodbye, but the kind that says you'll make it. Live right. Trust slowly. Love carefully. Watch everyone. And then she was gone. Just like that. I stood there a long time, wind blowing in from the balcony. I picked up an old wedding photo, stared at it, then smashed it against the floor. Watched my own reflection split across the glass. Cut, bruised, but finally awake. You know what? I rebuilt my life. Threw myself into Crest Rock, cleaned house, fired everyone loyal to Toby, refused every shady deal, opened a new branch in Abuja, and became the man I should have been all along. Even started smiling again, found joy in small things, walks, books, peace. And eventually, love found me again, gentle and quiet, with someone who liked me for me. Meanwhile, out there, Dupe keeps moving, keeps saving people nobody else sees. She walked into another home, and I know, wherever she goes, lies lose and truth rises. So now, tell me, what would you have done in my shoes? Is forgiveness even possible for this kind of betrayal, or is justice enough? Do you believe people can really change, or is it true what they say, once a snake, always a snake? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear about what you think is right, what you do for justice, or what you think happens next, because honestly, I'm still figuring it out myself.